Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Preston Returns. So we are talking about a couple of games today. First we're going to talk about the schedule. So you guys all saw the friendlies and you saw our loss to Sheffield Wednesday. Of course we did get a red card in that game, so that didn't help us. We did go on to beat Crew in an absolute thriller 5-4 in the Carabao Cup. But then we went on to lose our next game, draw, win, loss, loss, win, draw, loss. So very inconsistent form, as you guys can see. A couple of these were absolute heartbreakers. A very slim loss to Shrewsbury in the Carabao Cup as well, so we are knocked out of that. We did lose by another slim margin to Middlesbrough, recently relegated. And then Derby we drew with, and where was the game? Yeah, this game here against Leeds. Pablo Hernandez scored in the 93rd minute to give us the loss there, and we are coming off another loss against Birmingham, who are doing pretty well in the league though. So today we do have Millwall and Hull. Before we get into the game, I do just want to show you the transfers. It's not a great window. I actually really wasn't satisfied with it at all. But what you saw us bringing Sam Field, honestly, he's barely even getting in the team. Benny Beningame, I don't know. He plays for Everton, and I'm an Everton supporter, but I cannot pronounce his name. He is just 19 though, and has a ton of potential. We do just have him on loan, but only at £1,000 a week, so he can do a job for us, especially in that defensive midfield and central midfield area. He's gotten a few games and done pretty well. We do have Will Grigg as well. I don't know if you guys have heard, but he is on fire. Of course, only 2.5 star ability. When we brought him in, he was 3-star. Hasn't scored for the club yet. Not a great average rating either, but we did bring him in, and hopefully he picks up the pace a little bit. We brought in Mark Duffy. He's a little bit older, at 31 years of age, but valued at $1.7 million, and we brought him in for 1.6. One appearance for the club so far, not a bad start. And this guy, Diego Vela, actually my director of football found him and made an offer for him. And I said, you know what, okay, we'll bring him in. Not great average rating yet, but then he did just get injured, as you guys can see here, torn hamstring, so he's out for like 3 months. So it doesn't really matter, but we barely spent anything on him. We just spent that $185K, and he's actually valued at, what's he valued at? Where do you see that? $775. So if we do end up selling him on, we might be able to get a bit of money there. So spent about $3 million, took in about 1.2 this loan fee. Burkhausen can't really play as a striker, even though it says he can, and then just as a winger. We don't do a ton with wingers, so I felt that we can get a good value for him, and that's that. So we're gonna get into the game now. Match preview, team selection. We are going to get this team selected here. We've kind of moved to this narrow possession based formation at home, so we're trying to control. We do have a flexible shape. We're retaining possession, playing out of defense, working the ball into the box, playing a little narrower, and dribbling less, trying to get those passes going. This is kind of the way we set up with it. Duffy does come in, that new transfer. Maguire shouldn't be a target man. He should actually be a complete forward on support. And hopefully this strike partnership has some goals in it. We did play just one or two games like this, and we've actually looked pretty good. So let's get into the game now. If I can click yes, that would be helpful. And let's jump into it. So we are playing Millwall, as I said. They got Tim Cahill up front. Oh, nice. Everton legend. Yeah, a lot of games for Everton there. Then went to New York Red Bulls. Obviously started his career at Millwall. Well, after being discovered in Australia, went back to Australia, and now back to Millwall. So interesting there. Hopefully he doesn't score against us now that we've identified him. Some people believe Football Manager, if you click on a player from the opposing team during the game, a lot of times he'll score against you. So hopefully that doesn't happen here. Nothing of note yet, although as you can see, we are controlling the possession, which is exactly what we want to do. At almost 10 minutes in, Millwall only have 25% of the ball. Which is really nice, and we do have 3 shots already, although none on target. Excuse me, just take a drink. 20 minutes into the game now, we get our first highlight. Comes down the left-hand side, Cunningham and Johnson linking up, finds Duffy, who finds Maguire, finds Pearson. Pearson out to the right to Fisher, who did get that red card in that first game, Into the middle of Johnson, who has a crack, and I believe it's Jordan Archer does save it out for a corner. Duffy puts the corner in. Does get headed out to Pearson, back to Duffy out on the wing. Duffy ball in, again back out to Pearson. Pearson to Johnson, who first times it. Johnson actually got his first cap for Jamaica recently, scored a goal in his first game for Jamaica. So I think we got quite the little player there. He's got 2 goals for us already as well. And again, we are keeping possession really, really nicely here. Let's look at the analysis. See the heat map. Yeah, we're getting the ball pretty far forward here, knocking it on the opponent's third, I think, a little bit, which is nice. But let's get a few more shots. So let's work the ball into the box off, and we won't put on shoot on sight, but we'll just take that off and see where that gets us. Hopefully, it does get us a goal. Because Millwall is a team we should be beating. It's a team we need to be beating if we want to climb a little further up the table. Let's take a look at the table now because we didn't do that earlier. Actually, it's going to be halftime in 1 second, but we are down to 19th. Not too far away from the relegation zone, which is not great. Also, I do have my assistant manager do all the team talks, all the opponent instructions, stuff like that. So I tried to sign a really good one. Frankie Bunn. I don't know if you guys use him or not, but I would recommend him. Really good judging player ability and potential. Good motivating, good tactical knowledge as well, so he's pretty good. But again, let's finish this highlight up. That would be good. Maguire holds the ball up nicely, working as the complete forward. Knocking the ball around the midfield really well. Pearson to Duffy to Maguire to Grigg. Unfortunately, I want Grigg to score so bad. Oh my God. He came up on the scout report, and I was like, there's no way I can't sign him, right? Like, I have to sign Will Grigg. I mean, he had that season for Wigan in League One where he scored like almost a goal a game. It was crazy. But yeah, here's another look at the table. We are still in single digits for points 9 games into the season, into the league season, which is obviously not great, but we're doing the best we can. If we have as many points as games we play, we will likely be safe. And there's this YouTuber, Lulujo. His real name's Kevin Chapman. He calls it the Kev ratio. I watch a lot of him play Football Manager. He's really, really good. You guys should check him out. Oh, Maguire! Just missed it. But if I can remember, I'll put his link in the description to his channel. Really, really like him. And yeah, he calls it the Kev ratio. So basically, you'll be safe in your division if you can get enough points, as many points as games played in the division. So hopefully we're following that rule thus far. So hopefully we can stick with that, stay in the division. I mean, we want to do better than that, right? We want to be mid-table. Let's leave Maguire on. Let's take off Duffy for Gallagher. I think Gallagher might be our leading scorer at the moment. He's got 4 goals on the season. He was playing a little bit inside forward earlier in the season when we were using that flying back tactic where the wing backs push forward a little bit. Cahill comes off, so he didn't score against us. That was good. This Daniel Johnson, he has a stubbed finger. Okay, well, let's take him off. The assistant manager's yelling at us. We don't have a midfielder on the bench. Good. Okay, well, we'll move Gallagher back. Callum Robinson can come in and play there. Still getting used to these player names. It could be a little challenging when you take over a new team, trying to remember all the people. Especially, I'm not super familiar with Preston, although I did a lot of research into them going into this save, and very, very interesting club that I actually, really enjoyed doing the research on, finding out a little more about. Can we counter here? So we just had the goal kick. Callum Robinson getting involved in the middle. Deflected pass. Oh, another deflected pass. Fisher does collect the ball on the right-hand side. To Davies, to Brown, to Gallagher, to Robinson. Robinson holds the ball up. To Fisher, to Gallagher. Into Maguire. Oh, and there's the game. Oh, man, we should have been pushing forward a little bit more. I probably should have went to attack. Great possession, but couldn't really do anything with it, which is a little bit of a problem. But that's the Millwall game right there. We do miss the chance to win. The reaction to Fan Day was somewhat of a disappointment. So it was Fan Day today. It was a good crowd, but we're not sure if it'll boost attendance in the long run. So I am going to pause here, and we will get into the whole game in just a second. So, all right, guys. So we are back into this whole game here. As you can see, we're actually going to move to a 4-1-2-3 wide formation, but we're going to be so it's a little different to this one. A lot of the roles in the position are a little different. The mentality is on counter, so this is something we're going to use as we go forward when we're playing big teams away from home. So Hull are obviously a big team. They just got relegated last season. Let me make sure there's another midfielder on the bench. I don't want Welsh. I want Benagami on the bench. Our squad's a little big right now. We do need to trim some players in January, but we've got good players. I mean, look at these star ratings. And Frankie Bond is a good assistant manager. So his judging player ability is pretty good. But we are playing Hull away from home, so we're going to try and go in and counter and just sneak a goal and sneak past them. I mean, hopefully that works out. But here we go. So we're getting into the game, shaking hands on the touchline in that smart gray suit I got going. And here we are into the game, opening kickoff. Nothing ever happens on these opening highlights, very rarely anyway. And this time is no exception. Somehow we've got 79% of possession 5 minutes into the game, which is very strange considering we're trying to use a counterattacking tactic. And Hull are already off to a good start for them, a very poor start for us. It is 1-0 on the corner. Clark puts it in. Dicko over to McDonald's, flicks it on, and McDonald puts it right into the net, which is very, very unfortunate for us. We'll stick with this counterattacking tactic for the rest of the first half. Hopefully we can sneak a goal back as they come attack us to add to their lead. Although, you know, we've got so much possession. We're gonna go more attacking. Wow, as Duffy almost puts a ball into the net there. Let's see what happens in this highlight, and then we're probably gonna go attacking. Let's push the ball forward, boys. Come on. As Hull comes down the left-hand side, Pearson does intercept nicely, finds Johnson. Johnson finds Horgan, who has to come back for the ball. Come on, let's push forward. Brown to Johnson to Pearson. We're knocking it around nicely, and Hull do have the ball back. This is one of those long, extended highlights where somebody's going to score, and it's going to be Hull. Nua Dicko scores, assisted by Jaron Bowen. Again, so that's 2-0 down. We're going to have to change our tactics now. You can see Irvine plays the ball out to the left-hand side. And I said it. I said somebody's going to score, and it's probably going to be Hull, and there it is. So clearly this tactic isn't working. It's the second time we've used it. We used it against Birmingham, and we lost it to them as well. So we are going to quickly go to tactics. We're actually just going to go to this one, the flying backs. Just much more attacking. These guys work as inside forwards. We're going to take Duffy off for Gallagher. He gets sacrificed a little early. I just feel Gallagher can do a better job out there. And we'll go this way and hopefully play ourselves back into the game. Let's confirm our changes. And we do have more, like, you look at the stats, we're actually playing just as well as Hull. There's no way we should be 2 goals down. You know, just a 1 shot on target, but they only have 2 or 3, so there's Johnson pushing through the middle. Well done to go around the man, but a terrible, terrible shot. That's awful. He's actually a little tired, so we may have to end up taking him off as one of our substitutions early-ish in the second half. We're getting shots on goal, but they're too far away to be a regular threat. So let's try and be a little more threatening. And where are we in the table right now? I wouldn't be surprised if, yeah, we're almost in the relegation places. We need at least a point from this game, boys. Come on, let's get a couple of goals back. And that'll take us to halftime. Again, a pretty even game, except for the goal tally, of course. So let's get back into it. Let's keep going this way. Let's use a little more direct passing and see if that helps us out at all. Although Hull are on the attack here with Grozicki, but we do intercept. Find Maguire up top. Come on, support him. Good. Gallagher gets up there. Johnson to Horgan. Horgan loses out, but finds Maguire, who puts it wide. Terrible. We really need to start finishing better. But Maguire's a good striker. I mean, he should be able to finish. You know, he's got people behind him. There's this guy Molt, who's fairly good, and then Will Grigg. Oh, David Myler just got sent off. He's got his own YouTube channel, by the way. He's very involved. No, he didn't. How did he not? Oh, he did. Okay, he did. Okay, I just didn't. Yeah, it didn't pop up until then. Okay, so let's really go for it, boys. Let's go overload. Let's just get the ball forward, and let's make a substitution. Let's get Johnson off for Benagami. Actually, let's move Benagami back. Pearson can be our advanced playmaker. We'll give it 5 more minutes like this, and then we're going to go to tactics and push another striker up. We'll take that defensive midfielder off, put a striker up, and go 4-2-4. And just a couple. Actually, you know what, we're doing it now. We need a goal. We need 2 goals, as a matter of fact. So taking Benagami, put him here. Brown over here. Maguire. Brown off. Oh, sorry. Benagami does stay there. Brown comes off for Will Grigg. He is on fire, hopefully. We'll use him as an advanced forward, and we'll use you on support. Come on, let's go get a goal, please. Confirm changes. Let's go get a goal or 2. Okay? Taking Brown off for Grigg. It's a very offensive change. Reward us. Come on, they're down a man. What's going on here? How are we not even getting a highlight? Very poor showing again in this episode, guys. You know, very inconsistent form. Still trying to find a tactic that works. You know, maybe we'll have to just come up with something totally different. Although Grigg is almost in. Pearson. Oh, what a hit from Pearson. Wow. All right, he gives us a lifeline. He gives us a lifeline there. Maguire, really nice flick on to Grigg, although he does lose out. Maguire fighting really hard to get the ball, and then a header back to Pearson. Wow, what a great goal. Absolutely nails that ball. So here's the highlight right from kickoff. Hopefully we can win the ball here. So we'll see what happens in this highlight, and then we'll maybe make some changes. Although we're already on overload, I don't know how much more we can do. Maybe pump the ball into the box, but Horgans is in behind, and Grigg scores! Will Grigg scores for Preston North End and ties the game up 2-2. Wow, wow. Okay, I was complaining we weren't getting any highlights, but you know what? I don't mind how late they come as long as they get there in the end. Horgan, great ball into Grigg, loses his marker and is able to score his first goal for Preston North End. Hopefully the first of many. So we do score in the 86th and the 87th. You know, I'm happy with the draw. So we'll just back it down to attacking. Hopefully we get one here. Gallagher, ball in on the corner. Davies scores! Wow, what a comeback, boys. Wow, our center back Ben Davies. I don't think there's any relation to the other Davies who plays left back for Tottenham. But how about that? Wow, boys. Yes. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Oh, are we gonna score another? Let's go to counter. They do launch one forward, and that's it. That's full time. Wow. Yeah, that red card. You know, tale of red cards in the first 2 episodes, guys. David Myler got sent off in this one. In the first episode, we got someone sent off. Ended up losing that one, but because Myler got sent off here, we overcame an early deficit and did end up winning that game. That's a huge win. And you look back at the end of the, you look at your fixture list at the beginning of the season, and you say, hey, Hull away is going to be a tough game, and we went to Hull and we were able to pull out the win. You know, had a little help from the red card, but I'm really happy with it. So let's look at the schedule now. First, let's look at the table. Again, we did get knocked out here. But that's all right. We are up to 17th with 12 points, from 10 games. Let's look at the schedule. When do we want to come back? We're going to kind of cruise through this first season pretty quickly, trying to, you know what? Let's go all the way up to January, very end of December. Let's play through this whole first half of the season. You know what? Actually, we'll go a little before that. We'll go beginning. We'll go QPR at home and Burton away. Those should be 2. Actually, we'll go Norwich and QPR. How about that? Norwich and QPR. Norwich away from home is going to be a tough game. QPR at home is also going to be a tough game. So hopefully we win both of those, spur us on into January, and we will take it from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Again, let me know comments down in the comment section. Let me know if you guys things you want to see, suggestions for transfers for January, tactics that might work with championship sides. I haven't managed much in the championship this year, so let me know. And other than that, that's gonna be about it for me today. And I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you guys next time.